I think that where a lot of people may mess up when it comes to uploading for the UK, because we may not know all of the different cultural things there, the difference in sayings and jargon and things like that, that, we get a little intimidated. We may not know, what works in the States might not work in the UK. But there are certain things that will. So one thing, I don't mind giving you guys this one. One thing I've been working on is Pride Week, right? LGBT Pride Week, or Pride Month, I'm sorry. So just like you've got Pride Month in the United States, you've also got it in the UK. So you have Pride celebrations in DC, in LA, in Miami, in New Orleans. But you also have a big one in Birmingham, UK. So while you're designing for those other events, design for the UK. Use the same shell design. I mean, obviously you don't want to use a crappy one, but if you can get a good shell where you can personalize and scale with different markets, why not add the UK into that? And look up some keywords that may, trigger searches in the UK. It's just that simple. Don't overthink this. Research, do your due diligence, but don't overthink it. So that's kind of my concentration when it comes to the multiple marketplaces. So the question came up again yesterday about Merchant Former, and because Neil Lawson, the guy behind Merchant Former, has recently put out a similar software for KDP called BookBolt. I watched RJ Martinez's video on it yesterday, and just from what I can see, I'll be honest, and I'm not an affiliate of BookBolt. I am an affiliate of Merchant Former, so let me go ahead and say that now. But what I saw from that video, it was amazing. For someone who's wanted to really get into KDP like that, but I have not had a lot of time, it makes the transition of putting your designs on there a lot easier. It offers a lot of value for more than just the research itself. So I really do, but I am going to apply Matt Sharon's theory, because I've scaled back heavily on my Etsy store. I still run, a lot of operations on Teespring, only because I have a very targeted customer base that's already at Teespring that I interact with regularly. So I built that there. I don't see any reason, I have not had any of those problems with Teespring. It's very targeted, so I don't see any reason to stop that or scale back that. But I am going to be just kind of zeroing down and just narrowing in on merch as I get my account back up to where it was. But anyway, that's another subject. So the discussion came up about Merchant Former, and people were saying that Merchant Former ruined merch by Amazon. This is probably the most ignorant statement that I've personally ever heard. And let me tell you why I say ignorant. I don't say hateful. I don't say stupid. I say ignorant because I do think that a lot of people just do not understand fundamentally what research tools are, how Merchant Former is not the first. It certainly won't be the last, and overall it helps. Merchant Former is just a compilation. See, this is what happens when you live in the South. You live in small towns in the South, and you driving along and you see someone who you grew up with and everybody's waving. So that's always funny. That doesn't happen. Like when I'm in New York or LA or somewhere like that, that doesn't happen. Only in the South. Anyway. So Merchant Former is just it's a compilation of the research that you would do if you went to Amazon.com. It's going to show you what shirts are selling in a particular keyword that you enter. It's going to show you the BSR. It's going to show you all of this. So here's the thing about it. That's no different than going to Amazon.com and typing that stuff in yourself. But in addition to that, it's funny that the same people that will sometimes say that, when they're posting screenshots, you see DS Amazon Quick View. Well, that does the same thing. You go to Amazon, you type it in, it's got the BSR right there. If you understand fundamentally what a BSR is, then that's essentially the same thing that Merch Informer is doing. It's just putting it all on one page and in order. This is no different than Jungle Scout for people with private label. And I think this is what happens when you have an influx of people into a platform where before they may have been doing FBA, they may have been doing, online or retail arbitrage, private label, whatever the case may be, and they may have been jaded with that experience. So anything that is a derivative of that experience in merch, people get up in arms. It's the same thing that happened with Chris Green's course. And what's funny is you give away so much for free, and in the moment you have something that's paid, people have an issue with it. I will say this: Merch Informer is not what's killing Merch by Amazon. The lack of wanting to put in the real work and the ease of blaming someone else for your shortcomings on a platform is what is bad for merch. Number 3, and this one is a little bit tricky. Sloganshub.com. I'm sorry, sloganshub.org, O-R-G. And I've talked about that before. So basically what Slogans Hub is, it's a website where they essentially take different subjects, different niches, and they make slogans about them. Some they may have taken from the internet, some may be theirs. I don't go up there and just say, okay, whatever they put down there, I'm going to put on a t-shirt. No, I use it to jog myself creatively. So let's just go to the site. All right, so I am, here's one. Okay, so true friendship slogans. So I'll just go through this really quickly. I know you guys can't see it. I'll do a share screen with you guys sometime next week maybe. So these are slogans put together about friendships. So my process is pretty simple, and I'll go through and just kind of see which ones I like, and then use that to jog my creativity. So let's see, they have life is better with friends. A friend is one who takes me for what I am. Life is nothing without friendship. Let's see, happiness is friendship. Friends never say goodbye. I want to be with you till my last page. I like that one. So, okay, I want to be with you till my last page. Immediately, that puts me in the mind of the book niche. Book lovers, book writers, the whole nine. Probably more so than friendship. I would probably think about that for relationships. So let's say it's instead of I want to be with you till my last page, I would change that to I'm with her till the last page. I'm with him till the last page. I'm with wifey till the last page. I'm with hubby till the last page. And then probably what I would do then is add some type of book graphic to it. This will probably be really good for like Valentine's Day. So what I will probably do is have an open book with the pages out, and have the text in bold there. Or I would maybe for Valentine's Day have an illustrator do a heart-shaped book. It's a heart, but it's got the rungs and everything on it like a book, and have that on the front. It's a lot of different things you can do with it, and that's actually a pretty good one. I might actually do that. Don't steal my niches. Stay out of my niches, as RJ says. That's actually a pretty good one, though. So yeah, that's the type of things that you can get from sloganshub.org. Again, I'm not completely sure the trademark or copyright deal that they may have. That's why I say go there to jog your creativity. Okay, so that is my number 3. Don't try to reinvent the wheel on this. Take some inventory of your digital assets, and just try. I know a lot of people have just not tried, and to be completely honest with you, with the exception of maybe 2 shirts, two unique designs, everything that I've been selling in the UK, in particular, has never sold. No matter how many times I've re-uploaded them, never sold on merch. So go back and look at some of those digital assets that came down after at the time 60 days, and now the I'm sorry, the 90 days, and then now the 180. Go back and take some stock into those digital assets and consider. I mean, when you think about it, there have been so many new resources that help in terms of learning proper ways to list your products and keywords and long tail keywords versus exact phrases, the whole nine. Those assets that you had a year, 2 years, 3 years ago that never sold and you just didn't upload them, re-upload them. Try re-uploading them on the UK. There seems to be a heavy push on evergreens there. And I mean, the same could be said for the US market. I do think that we are a little bit more obsessed with political trends, and just trending things in general. But I do think that it's worth it to go back and really look and dig into those, just dig in the crates. That's the best way to explain it. Just dig in the crates on it, and I think that you'll see some success. And I think if nothing else, it's at least worth it. I mean, if realistically, if you're at the 500 tier and you've only got 5 or 10 shirts live in the UK, you may want to dedicate 50 slots to it. Same thing if you're in the 1,000 tier. Dedicate 10% of your listings, uh, available listings, to that other market, and just see. What's the worst that could happen? If it doesn't sell, it's coming down in 180 days. If you need to make the spots available for something that you need to capitalize on in the US, just delete them. So that's where I would say to kind of go with that. And at that point, you really don't have anything to lose. At that point, there's nothing but opportunity to go up from there. So that's been my take on the UK and Germany market. I am gonna, over the next 2 weeks or so, start to dig a little bit more into the Germany side. And to be honest, and let's just be completely real, everybody has this issue. It's laziness. It's laziness from the standpoint of when you go into that bulk uploader or multiple product uploader, it's easier to just deselect what you have in Germany because you don't want to translate it. This weekend, I made my first sale on the Printful eBay integration. So I know a lot of people didn't necessarily want to try that out. They didn't think it would really work. But I did want to offer up just a couple of things that helped contribute to that sale. First, I've been selling on eBay for a while, so I'm not completely sure if this is the case with everyone who starts. But because I remember when I first started selling on there, they would actually hold your money for a while. But like I get my money instantly. So and if there are any eBay experts out there, please let me know. I'm not completely sure how that process goes, but essentially what I did was I went a little bit different, a different route from what I did. Sorry if you guys hear a plane over me, but I went a different route from what I usually do, which is apparel. With the Printful eBay integration, I actually did homeware, like home stuff, home decor. I guess that's the best way to say it. So things like the throw pillows, just those different types of things. And what actually sold for me was a piece of wall art. Now the beautiful thing about it is, one, with the wall art on Printful is really expensive. I think the base cost of the joint was like maybe like 60 something bucks, but I listed it for 93, and it was a piece of wall art, a rather large one, and it actually sold. Now I've had it up, just full transparency, I've had it up for a couple of months now. So so yeah, it worked out pretty well. I actually had to relist it once, which was fine. But just a couple of takeaways from it. First, the mock-ups that they have for this integration, just with Printful in general for home stuff, is amazing. So I mean, it gives you a lifestyle image. So for the mock-up, it was actually showing it in a room, posted on the wall, so the customer can get a good, pretty good idea of what it's going to look like in their home. Second, you were able to give more than one option in terms of the sizing. So that portion of it was absolutely phenomenal. When I relisted so I guess I shouldn't call it relisting. So for you guys who are not familiar with eBay, let me just not call it relisting. If you relist something, it just goes right back up same way that it did before. What I did was I created a similar listing, and that kind of shot it back, I guess, in their algorithm. Hey, this is something new, let's try it out, shoot it back up there. I optimized the SEO a lot more this time, and it's different because usually in the apparel space you kind of know, okay, I'm targeting like keywords like t-shirt, TEE shirt, things like that. Things like that may trigger the the algorithms. But for this, I had to really like kind of dig in and go and look into some keywords that would be great for home goods and home decor. So what I actually did was, when I listed the item again, I went to At Home's website. If you guys don't know about At Home, it used to be Garden Ridge, I think, but they have a lot of home decor stuff, and I just kind of went through their website, looked at similar listings, and kind of formulated my listing from there. I also looked at Michael's. I looked at what was the other one? It was another kind of home decor store that I went through. But going through and relisting like that really helped, because being in the t-shirt space for so long, you're used to doing listings a certain ways, and even in just being a reseller, you're used to doing listings certain ways. It's different from when I usually would list something on eBay. Like, I list some items on eBay and I have something sell within an hour, and it really wasn't just a lot of SEO. With this, I think because it's targeting a different type of customer on eBay, as opposed to those, hey, I'm looking for the rare items or the bargain shoppers, I just had to really go in and just like optimize that listing. So basically, I went to those sites, I looked at what those listings said, and then I did like a combination of the three, and then just made my own listing from it. It's super simple to list. That integration, that integration is a lot more seamless than the Etsy integration. So I would suggest that you guys definitely try. I know people that are selling apparel on there. I just wanted to do something a little differently, because it's like, okay, I've got t-shirts up on OfferUp, I've got t-shirts up on Let Go, I've got t-shirts up on Amazon and everywhere else, and it's just like, okay, let's try something different, something that may have a larger profit margin. And because it's on eBay, I get my money instantly. Printful gets their money. It's no problem.